Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Tyler here, coming back at you with another video. Been a little MIA lately, been busy with a lot of things. Even today, I got places to do and things to be, so I'm gonna hit you with a couple quick takes on the NFL playoffs. It's been exciting so far, I'm not gonna lie. I'm recording this video right after the Ravens took down the Titans 20-13. The Ravens defense, to me, MVP of that game, they held Derrick Henry in check. Derrick Henry's been a monster. I think he's proved that he's the best running back in football, rushing for 2,100 yards this year. He's an absolute monster. Baltimore held him to less than 100 yards, which to me is a huge accomplishment. Lamar Jackson proved some haters wrong today. He really stepped up in the second half. I still don't believe in him as a passer, but he's really prolific in the ground game. Truly carries that offense. Lamar Jackson finally gets his first playoff win. Baltimore's gone to Kansas City next week. So that means on the other side of the AFC, we got Buffalo facing off against the winner of the Sunday night game, my Pittsburgh Steelers, against the Cleveland Browns, who have, seems like a ton of people on their COVID list. They're mainly backup players, and also their head coach, which is a big deal. Cleveland, they've been really impressive this year to me in making the offense comfortable for Baker Mayfield. They've been running the ball, finding ways to get the ball out of his hands. Cleveland's been pretty successful, I'm not going to lie. But I honestly see the Steelers dominating today just because of that defense and the absence of Cleveland's head coach, Kevin Stefanski. I think it's going to be interesting in the first half, and then Pittsburgh will eventually pull away, meaning that we will face off against Buffalo, who's already beat us this season. They beat us last season on Sunday Night Football. They're a tough matchup for us. Josh Allen had an MVP caliber year, along with Stephon Diggs. He's proved that he's one of the top, at least probably 5-6 wide receivers in the game. Buffalo's got a great defense as well. So we'll see where that matchup goes. I'm not ready to make any predictions. But you know what? Screw it. Let's do it anyway. Pittsburgh Steelers will take down the Browns and the Buffalo Bills. Then in the AFC Championship, they'll run into the Kansas City Chiefs after the Chiefs beat the Ravens, meaning it'll come down to a Chiefs and Steelers AFC Championship, where I honestly see Kansas City winning. It's unfortunate, but Patrick Mahomes is too hard to beat. That man is on a roll. He's the number 2 MVP to me behind Aaron Rodgers, leading us to the NFC side, where I do think Green Bay will come out on top. Green Bay will likely face wouldn't be Tampa. Let's see, Green Bay would face the Saints next week. No, I'm tripping. Green Bay next week will face off against the Los Angeles Rams after they beat Seattle. Honestly, pretty surprised Seattle lost, but not too surprised. Seattle's defense isn't that great. They weren't able to get a stop last week. They really haven't been able to get stops all year. And their offense is pretty one-dimensional. Russell Wilson does all the work. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, they're solid receivers, but they're not the type of guys that can carry you to a victory. It's got to be in the hands of Russell Wilson. So I think that the Rams will lose to Green Bay. And then I see Tampa and New Orleans. That's going to be a good game. I really don't know who's going to come out on top. The Saints would be at home. I'm going to say the Saints win that game. Their defense is a lot better than advertised. I think the Saints will get to Tom Brady. Tom Brady at this age, he's been great for a 43-year-old, but I honestly don't see him carrying Tampa to a victory. Tampa's got some good players, but it's their first year together, and the Saints have been knocking on the door of playoff victories for years. I think New Orleans wins. They lose to Green Bay in the NFC Championship, leading us to a Chiefs and Packers Super Bowl. That's going to be insane. Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, it's going to be absolutely nuts. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to defense. We know that both these quarterbacks can score. We know that they both have talented players on offense, as well as a few talented players on defense. But it's going to come down to who has the better defense, who can get the big stop, and who's got the better coaching. To me, that's Kansas City. It's kind of a boring pick, but I think Kansas City will go back to back. But I know that these playoffs will be entertaining. We're going to see superstars shine in some big moments. We're going to see some competitive battles. It's been a great regular season. I mean, tons of storylines. You have the whole Brady, Tampa Bay, New England situation. Brady left, had a pretty successful year while the Patriots are finally out of the playoffs. That opened the door for Buffalo. Buffalo went 13-3 in the AFC East. They absolutely lit it up. Josh Allen's proven to be one of the better young quarterbacks in the league. You got Lamar Jackson in Baltimore winning 5 straight to end the year. Cleveland winning clinching their first playoff berth in, I believe, 18 seasons. Absolutely nuts. Then you got the whole NFC East shenanigans where the Cowboys, Giants, and the Washington football team were all in it at the end of the year, coming down to week 17 where Washington clinched due to Jalen Hurts being benched in that game, quarterback for the Eagles. Can't believe they did that. They pretty much tanked that game to get a better draft pick. We know that the Eagles were in shambles this year. Carson Wentz, there's a lot kind of going into where he's going to be next season. He's got a big contract. He might be the Eagles quarterback next season, or he might go to a team like Indianapolis. That's one rumored spot. Another quarterback on the move could be Deshaun Watson. That would be insane. We know that he has kind of a rift with the Houston organization right now after they traded DeAndre Hopkins. I heard that Houston wasn't very diligent in their coaching, general manager searches. So I think Deshaun Watson can very well be on the move. The Miami Dolphins are a rumored spot for him. Wouldn't be surprised if they traded Tua and their number 3 overall pick, which actually belonged to the Texans in the first place. Trading that to Houston for Deshaun Watson and some other later draft pick compensation. Tons of storylines going into the rest of this year. But all I know is I'm going to hit you with some more in-depth videos here coming in the future. The NBA is back, which is exciting. The NFL, there's going to be tons of playoff games to talk about. I'll be here for them. Just wanted to get into it real quick. Come back at you guys with a couple hot takes. So like I said, Kansas City in the Super Bowl. Steelers going to win 2 playoff games after starting 11-0 this year. I really hope we can to prove haters wrong. Regardless, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for tuning in. Expect more videos soon. Much love to you. Happy 2021.